Just when you thought it was safe to walk back into Mrs. Chen's convenience store, he's back. Or rather, they're back, as in Eddie Brock and Venom for The Last Dance, the third film in the franchise named for everyone's favorite symbiote. And this is the second project centered around a super being to be called The Last Dance. Can Venom follow in Air Jordan's legendary shoe prints? We'll have to wait until October 25th to find that out. Until then, here's everything you need to know before you go.
What's his name then?
No!
History will have a tough time placing Venom into just one character box. According to folks like Spider-Man, he's a villain. If you ask Eddie Brock, the human to which the Venom symbiote is bonded, he's more of an anti-hero. And to the throngs of V-Dub fans around the globe, he's just plain awesome. The biggest reason that we'll soon have a trio of these movies to enjoy is that audiences can't seem to get enough of this odd couple, buddy cop-like relationship. After the first two Tom Hardy-led films raked in over $1 billion at the box office and won over a legion of die-hard fans, Venom closes out his trilogy with a flick that is sure to up the ante in terms of danger, scope, and venomous equine action? Yep. Venom might be one of the biggest celebrities on the planet right now. Tom Hardy ain't bad either, but like all the best success stories, he came from humble beginnings. The character of Venom was teased in a couple Spidey comic issues before fully appearing in The Amazing Spider-Man number 300. Fans were quickly enthralled by the cool look and viable potential as an arch nemesis to Earth's favorite web-slinging photog. Then came the big screen treatment. Before this franchise made Venom the central protagonist, he popped up in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man 3 back in 2007, inhabiting Topher Grace to what can best be described as mixed results. That movie was by far the lowest rated of Raimi's trilogy, barely notching fresh on the tomato meter and sporting staleness on the popcorn meter.
I like being bad. It makes me happy.
But that flick, like just about every other Spider-Man creation, made a lot of dough, so fans knew it was only a matter of time before Venom would get another at-bat on the silver screen. Enter Tom Hardy, one of Tinseltown's most popular movie stars, and a dude known for roles that require, shall we say, physical intensity. October 5th, 2018 saw Venom released upon the masses, and even the most fervent fan couldn't have expected what happened next. Scrooge McDuck-like box office returns, ultimately topping out at $850 million worldwide. You follow that up with a 2021 sequel, Let There Be Carnage's $500 million haul, and we got us a certified smash comic book movie franchise on our hands. So what if the critics didn't love them? The audience did and showed up in droves, paving the way for a glorious send-off after one last dance on October 25th. Venom and its sequel, Let There Be Carnage, are both rotten on the tomato meter, but the popcorn meter, where verified fans have their say, sings a much hotter tune. Venom's 80%, Let There Be Carnage is 84% on that metric. One audience review I loved for part 2 was from Anthony H., who wrote, "It was a turn your brain off and eat pizza kind of movie. You're damn right it is, AH. So, who are the players for this one? And now, your starting lineup for the Chicago Venom The Last Dance. Joining in the fun with Tom Hardy will be a pair of heralded actors who know a little something about the MCU. Chiwetel Ejiofor, who played Mordo in Doctor Strange, and Rhys Ifans, whose amazing Spider-Man take on popular foe Lizard resurfaced in Spider-Man No Way Home. Both of them make their way into this trilogy as new characters. Ejiofor is a soldier looking to snag the symbiote, while Ifans' character is still under wraps. Juno Temple plays a scientist who joins Ejiofor in his quest to locate Eddie/Venom, and Stephen Graham appears as Detective Patrick Mulligan. Sound familiar? He's from the comics and was actually a previous symbiote host, ultimately getting offed by Blackheart, a thorn in Ghost Rider's side over the years. So will any of that lore matter here? We're not sure. Do you now know just in case before you go? Yeah, you do. Oh, and of course we can't make a Venom film without Peggy Wu, aka the beloved and very tolerant Mrs. Chen.
Eddie? What was that?
Oh, I have a parasite. Yeah. Name is Chen.
Kelly Marcel takes the directing reins from Venom Let There Be Carnage's Andy Serkis. Marcel also co-wrote the screenplay with Tom Hardy after she helped pen the first two flicks as well. As it pertains to this script, perhaps the most intriguing secret held within those pages is that of the big baddie, who appears to be none other than the OG symbiote god himself, Null. So what's that story? If you're steeped in the lore of Venom and his pals from the talking picture books, the mere mention of Null's name gets your blood pumping. If you have no idea who the heck I'm talking about, buckle up. Null is as old as the known universe itself, so ancient that when the Celestials said, "Let there be light," Null reacted the same way I do when my alarm goes off. 9 more minutes, please. Dude has gotten into multiple tiffs with other godlike beings, and eventually he created the symbiotes, a species that counts Venom among their most famous members. So what's gonna happen when Null comes calling to claim his dominance over Venom and by proxy Eddie? Well, it is called The Last Dance, but if symbiote action is what you're hungry for, the trailers indicate we got a Sizzler-sized buffet. Again, there's a frickin' horse symbiote that looks awesome. Props to the spidery thing, fish venom, and all the other creatures that will be wreaking havoc for the side of good-ish. I mean, Venom is far from a conventional superhero, but if Null comes to town to end Earth as we know it, gimme Venom, gimme Eddie, my horse creature, and let's ride. Who's playing Null is still technically under wraps, although recent fan speculation points towards Andy Serkis, whose Caesar, Snoke, Gollum resume would lend itself to a character like Null, and Serkis is also steeped in this world as he was the director of Venom Let There Be Carnage. That's for the online detectives to figure out. In the meantime, my own sleuthing has uncovered that this movie appears to pick up right where we last left Eddie and Venom. In a post-credits scene after Spider-Man No Way Home, the odd couple gets sent back to their home dimension, although they did leave a little tip for their bartender. In that sequence, Eddie is sporting a Golden State Warriors shirt, and the same tee can be seen on Ed in clips from The Last Dance. By the way, the coach of the Warriors is Steve Kerr, who is a crucial sidekick to MJ and Scotty when they won the '98 NBA championship as depicted in the documentary The Last Dance. Okay, back to the movie. So what are we hoping to see with this final installment of the Venom trilogy? Those involved in the production, including Tom Hardy, have indicated that this will be the last Venom film starring Tom Hardy. But that doesn't necessarily mean we won't see this dynamic duo again. Spider-Man 4 is ripe with potential, and Null is such an imposing figure that fan speculation points to him possibly being the next Thanos-level villain in the MCU. Before we get there, Kraven the Hunter is up next. If he succeeds where Venom has, and Morbius didn't, that could pave the way for Sony's long-awaited Sinister Six film to finally get off the ground. So maybe we'll get some post-credits teases regarding the future of Venom. As for Eddie's present here and now, will his on-again, off-again romance with Michelle Williams' character Anne resurface? Or will this Last Dance be a hardcore bromance all the way until the end? After all, Eddie and Venom do seem to be linked till death do them part. Above all else, I hope they don't change the formula from what has been working. Fans love these first two films. It ain't broke, so don't fix it. Dance with the girl that brung ya, or in this case, the otherworldly symbiote you walked in with. Give us lots of Eddie and Venom banter, some insane, no-cause destruction, and dangle in front of us the possibilities of this universe finally smashing properly with the Spider-Verse. Oh, and I can't stress this enough, let's have as much screen time for that symbiote horse as possible. Look out, Seabiscuit, there's a new big screen Philly in town.
How fast do you think you can get that thing to go without killing it?
Only one way to find out!
Venom opens in theaters everywhere October 25th, and Fandango is the place to score your tickets. Until next time, I'm Mark Ellis, and now you know before you go. Comment below and let us know what you're most hoping to see in Venom: The Last Dance. And after you see the movie, be sure to rate and review it at RottenTomatoes.com.